Jura kicks off for Souths. And Folks was about to have first touch. It'll be Nissen. And he brings it out about 10 metres, 8 metres from his own line. He's working it through the forwards. Ackery. Thompson, the dummy half. Tunks. In recent weeks, he started to find some good form. Barwick with the kick. Didn't quite get it the way he wanted. It bounces away from Jura. And he's wrapped up by Corcoran with plenty of support from his forwards. Harrington. Big charging run from this winger. Lyons. And the young members of the South Sydney pack who's had a terrific season. Mix up in the play, the ball. Who wants it? Well, Souths will get a penalty. A little bit of wrestling. Tempers just starting to fray somewhat.
Yeah, well, the penalty goes... well, it should go against the Canterbury Bankstown side here because there's one of them also fallen the ball in the ruck, so that's the whammy. He's got the double whammy there. Just having a look at the lower grades just before this game gets really exciting. Under 21, South Sydney 32, Canterbury 8. Reserve grade, Canterbury 26, South Sydney 22. A cliffhanger, that one.
Now Harrington again. Coleman urging him to his feet. Johnston. Just outside Canterbury's quarter line. Still a bit of feeling in the match. Johnson and Farrer exchange a couple of blows. Now Ackery separates them. We stay with the football. Fennick turns in a tackle, finds Coleman. Good quick hands for Boyle. He pushes it out the back for Jura. Now they've gone inside the quarter. Boyle pushes one player out of the road. Penalty against Canterbury inside the 5. Coleman threatens with a quick tap. But I think he was only fooling. You'll find the goalposts right behind Neil Armand. And they'll go for the 2 points. And as Bronco Jura just sets himself here, our best wishes to the Bear, Ian Maurice, who's recovering from a major knee operation. I know you're looking on, Bear, and we're looking forward to having you back for all the big matches. Speedy recovery. Jura. He's got the 2. South draw first blood. They lead by 2 points to 0. Canterbury now. Nissen. Straight and nearly through a gap. Lamb. Penalty against South Sydney inside the 5. Canterbury will get a chance at 2 points. And South Sydney, their defensive record tells it all in 89. They've scored 61 tries, just 29 against them. Quite a performance. And Barwick, who is one of the biggest kickers in the game, this young man.
Yes, he may be a big kicker, and I can't see any real reason for not using Terry Lamb, who's one of the most accurate going around. He scored something like 80-something points, 83 or 4 points already for Canterbury this year.
Let's see how accurate this man is. With his first, he's got it. He didn't meet it all that well, but the score is 2-2 Souths and Canterbury. Canterbury nearly coming up with a scrum win against the feed there. Referee wants it back. Souths, great position here on the field to attack. Jura. Good defence from Langmack. Well, he bounced out of the tackle. Folks came again to put him to ground. Right in midfield. Souths. Andrews. Fennick. Running freely. Unloaded well for Coleman. Roberts. They had an overlap there for a minute. Lyons goes blindside. Running strongly 2 metres away.
It was a good run up the blind side there. They seem to take an age to get to him.
Quick hands out for Jura. Great ball. He read that out superbly to link up. Good football from South. They cut out the man superbly to put Jura right under the post.
Yes, a classic try, this one. Coleman, long pass, cuts out an interloper there and gets the ball straight to Jura. Jura just moved beautifully into action there. Watch it again from head on, you'll see the cut-out pass. And there goes Jura running straight into a gap. The Canterbury player knows that he's made a blunder by going up. You'll see him probably on the left here. He's straight away puts his head right down. Oh, that's a good try. That's a real deception try and one that really counts. A good one. Bronco Jura.
The warehouse supervisor in the summer months, you can find him with a set of wicketkeeper's gloves on. Peter Shamarrieville in Sydney. Gillespie with a limp. And Jura converts his own try. South Sydney lead 8 points to 2. They've had the possession for a set of 6. They've just kicked downfield as Farah now goes blindside. And quickly to his feet, no marker. He's running out of support, nobody got with him. There's a change, Bill.
Glenn Haggarth in 11's replaced David Gillespie. Gillespie left the field with an ankle injury, Graham, but nothing that'll keep him out of his next match.
It's quite a wait for David Gillespie. Folks standing wide. Langmack had his mind on other things for some reason there.
Yes, a very out of character effort here. Folks really wasn't even looking at the ball. Langmack, I'm sorry, wasn't even looking at the ball. The ball came to him low. He appeared to still be watching the opposition come towards him.
Coleman. Well, he went to pass that ball, and all he did was throw it into the backside of Andrews, picked up by Langmack. This time the hands were fine. Canterbury well and truly on the attack now as Haggarth gets up quickly. He broke from the scrum to support his men. White takes the big step. Fenwick's there to drag him down just a metre away. They've got numbers on the right if they can get it wide. Somebody should end up in the sin bin. Well, that's well and truly a professional foul.
Yeah, Mario Fenwick there used all his very long experience to hold White down until all the defence was in the position. You can see the elbow on top of the back. That's all forcing down about 12 or 13 stone down on top of him. And it really should quite definitely should have been in the sin bin.
And Barwick from right next to the posts. They bridge the gap a little. South Sydney 8, Canterbury 4 now. Blindside Fenwick. Back for Sidaris.
Fenwick is a freak the way he can get rid of the football in almost every circumstance. He's one of the very, very good players that can do that.
Coleman. A bit of a brawl in back play. The touch judge will come in for a report on that one now. Bill, that happened right in front of you.
Yeah, I think Mario Fenwick resented the tackle, Graham. There was something about an eye gouge, actually. He went for his eye. Now, I'm not going to say that at this point in time, but he certainly went for the eye at one point, and, you know, a couple of players were involved. Langmack was one, Jamie Corkin another one, and Peter Tunks was there also.
So quite a lengthy report coming in from the touch judge, Ackery. Can't quite believe it. Time off, says Neil Armand. It's quite a lengthy chat to the referee. Still not pleased. That'll be Jura from about 33 metres out. 100% so far. In fact, he scored all the points with a fine try right under the black dot. Coming back around for Jura, around enough. It sure does. Beautiful kick from Jura. South Sydney 10, Canterbury 4. Fenwick. For Coleman. Neville. Just opened up for him. Roberts. Didn't have anybody on his right shoulder. Sidaris. O'Day. steps back inside. There's the try line for you, 5 metres away for Souths. Coleman, Fennick. Penalty's gone against Canterbury.
Well, this will be for pulling Fennick away from the ball as he attempted to play it. That's the reason for it. Now, watch the replay. There's Langmack pulling him down. I have no doubt in the wide world that Mario used the acting job on that one. I think he could have been slapped at a 402 for overacting, but nonetheless he was pulled off balance by Langmack.
So Jura with yet another attempt. There's the angle for him, about 15 in from touch. Just a short run up for Jura, but plenty of timing. The timing's sweet. South Sydney 12, Canterbury 4. So what's the message from the bench on Fennick, Bill?
I've spoken to the trainer, Graham. Good news for South Sydney at this point. Same thumb, but not broken.
Well, I remember when he did it, the match we were covering, Mario told everyone it was all right on that occasion too.
I don't know how he could be so confident that it's not broken. Only X-rays can tell that. He must be clairvoyant, this trainer from South Sydney.
Barwick had linked up, but was held as he was trying to recover the football. That is a good call too.
Listen, replay, there he goes, trying to get Surge ahead, but being held and pulled back by the jumper, so the penalty will go to the Canterbury Bankstown team.
They are going to go for goal through Barwick to try and set up the possibility of a converted try, tying it all up. About 38 metres out. Strikes it beautifully.
Gee.
Tremendous goal. He's nearly put that up into the stands. South Sydney 12, Canterbury 6. Against the feed, Lamb. Canterbury with a chance. Intercept by Neville. Barwick's got him. No, he hasn't. Still going, Neville. Ducks under a swinging arm. South Sydney alive now. From one end of the field to the other. Fennick overlaps Souths. Davidson through the dummy when he had Roberts outside. Now Canterbury on their heels. That'll be a penalty. He's calling over. Is it Nissen? 5 minutes in the bin.
Yes, Nissen, 5 minutes in the bin. Now here's Davidson. He should have unloaded the football there. He shouldn't have taken the tackle. They had men over. But quite definitely. Now, Nissan got a bit of a kick in the face there, apparently, from the leg of Davidson.
Well, it's 5 minutes in the bin for Nissen, but to be consistent, Fennick was desperately lucky not to end up with the same in the first half. So the club well served by goal kickers. Vital kick, this one. Try and give them that little bit of breathing space. Souths strikes it well. There has been some outstanding goal kicking at the stadium on Nissen's last Friday night. 14-6, Souths over Canterbury.
You know, they've got to go in a confident football team for the next couple of weeks, don't they?
Very tough to beat. But Canterbury are giving them one hell of a game here. Haggarth dragged that in well. Langmack flicks it inside for Barwick, getting involved in this second half. Through the dummy beautifully. Not so well at the finish. Corcoran still going, Canterbury. Souths having to call on all their reserves to hold them out. Langmack stepping. Flicks it. Jamie Thompson. Pass away. Folks was clear. He couldn't unload. Lamb. First off the ruck on the last tackle. The kick. Shaped a kick. Now he brings Haggath in. Haggath only a couple of metres away and dragged down. It'll be the turnover. Good defence. Sedaris, the pace doesn't slacken at all. Got the heavy tackle there from Tux. Harrington. They get 11 metres out. If they wanted to finish with a tough one to keep them fit throughout the fortnight's break, Canterbury have certainly dished it up.
Yes, no argument about that. This has been a real good workout, first-class workout, and hopefully no major injuries to either side.
Roberts can't shake Haggath, but he manages to unload the shot. Now he's going to have support. Can he line up Roberts? He didn't.
He didn't even think it.
Roberts was there waiting for it.
Yes, this is a case of a young man playing his first grade game as a wing three-quarter, first selected game as a wing three-quarter, making the break, getting up the sideline, but then forgetting the name of the game is to keep the ball alive. And that was a bit bad.
Barwick, overlap for Canterbury. Haggath out for Farah. Into the clear. Saving tackle from Boyle. Now Langmack. Try. Canterbury. Raymond under the posts. This game is well and truly alive and up for grabs. From some 55, 60 metres away, Canterbury right under the posts.
Yes, magnificent stuff here. The Nissan replay shows it. We've got Greg Barwick offloading the football there. Out it goes to Farah. Now Farah's been kept in check up to a point, but he gets away beautifully, goes strongly, gets it out to Langmack, and then to the speedy Raymond for the last, shall we say, 18 metres. A very, very good try. Scored in exactly the right position, right underneath the goalpost. That's where they need to be scored. Larling gets the pass away. That's Haggath there in the middle of the field. Onto Farah, changes the direction of attack, uses that big, strong fend of his, drags Boyle with him for about 7 or 8 metres. Langmack times the pass perfectly to Raymond, and Raymond sprints away, looking behind him over the left shoulder and puts it down right behind the black dot.
And Barwick adds 2 more. South Sydney just 14-12. Welcome back, well and truly on here at the stadium. Canterbury claiming a spear tackle against a South Sydney player. Interesting to see the action of Neil Armand because of recent events.
Yes, well, Les Davidson hurls himself in there like a projectile. It's on a Canterbury player, incidentally. Up he goes, over he goes, turned on his back. Well, it started out to be a spear tackle, and only by the grace of God was it not a spear tackle in the last split second. Certainly one to be worried about. I wouldn't like to get anyone involved in anything at this stage, but that's a pretty nasty one. It could have been a very, very nasty one if he'd stayed straight on and not folded his head under, as you'll see.
Well, interesting. Peter Sterling. Well, there's another elbow there. Some high stuff going in on Fennick. How did you call the tackle, Stella?
Well, as Rex said, it started off looking as though it was going to be a spear tackle. I don't think there was any great intent in it. Les came down with his head bowed, drove the shoulder in and just went through with the tackle. Unfortunately, Kyle White, well, I suppose fortunately, he ended up landing on his back. He seems to be okay. He's sitting up now, so I think we may see a penalty, but no further action.
Well, I just wonder if there's some action to come. Kyle White just back to his feet. Straightens the back. Now, Neil Armand was strong with both captains about trying to settle this game down. South just can't afford anybody in strife.
It's amazing to see Mario Fennick standing in the background now, listening to these charges that are being delivered at players of his team, and being like the sage, the wise old man, standing there nodding his head very sagely and saying, yes, that's right, that's exactly right, yes, that's I believe that. It's only a very short time ago that Mario was having all the same things said to him. So the wheel goes full circle.
Well, for a moment there, Neil Armand was looking the wrong way. He got it right in the finish. I just wonder, just the 2 points in it, I wonder if a report was made to the touch judge over the tackle, if we'll hear any more. Raymond. Ackery now. Canterbury putting plenty into this match. Throwing out a warning that they'll be back in 1990. Farah opens up the middle.
He's having a monumental game in the second half, running beautifully and powerfully.
Just outside the quarter line. Langmack. Barwick couldn't receive the football. Lamb throws it at the feet of Raymond. Communication breakdown on the Canterbury side. Harrington. Now Sudaris. Lions. They've missed 14 tackles, Canterbury. Just the 6, South Sydney. A great defence of theirs this season. Well, he could have got both Canterbury markers for not being directly in front of the man playing the football. Ellison was looking for touch. But an easy one for Raymond. He's got to straighten up shortly. He does. He bounced Paul Roberts out of the way. Nissen. This game going into overdrive. Very quick. And plenty of counter-attack from both sides trying to spread this football. Flick from Tunks. Thompson stepping. Stepping well. Lamb. Quite a juggling performance. Farah. Tunks leads them down the blind, back inside for Nissen. Last tackle. Will they run or kick? Langmack, I should say, is going to put it way up for Ellison. Barwick flew high. Ellison was interfered with, says Neil Armand. Now he says knock on.
Well, let's have a look at the Nissan replay. Well, very hard to judge from that one. Very hard to judge from that, but the penalty or the possession goes to the South Sydney side. So obviously the tackle count was up.
Sudaris. Lamb and Langmack are trying to lift a gear, Billy.
They sure are. Canterbury look like they're coming home strong to me from down here near the sideline, and it's Lamb and Langmack, the combination of the half and 5'8", that are doing all the damage. Langmack reading the play, Lamb spearing the ball, and Langmack working 2 out and finding a lot of holes on the edge of the ruck.
This time Canterbury Bankstown will be well and truly caught for not being in front of the man playing the football.
This is a very enthusiastic. You will see Langmack standing to the side there. And he tackles the man, so obviously the penalty has gone for not marking up directly in front. Very enthusiastic Langmack tonight. He's been involved in pretty near everything that Canterbury have done.
Ellison gets them out to halfway. Darren shot. South Sydney desperate for a try. Sudaris. At the end of play tonight, we'll just be repeating our winner of the Nissan Pulsar Q. And correctly named our top 6 tries in order. Roberts. Infield it goes. Coleman holds the pass up nicely for Davidson. Harrington. Good ball away, taken beautifully by Ellison. Souths have still got it. It was trapped by Boyle on the last tackle. Coleman wants it. The kick. Knocked back. Now Nissen. Dean Pay. Tunks. He really made the advantage line. He was moving quite freely. Lamb. Farrah stepping well. He's going to have a ton of support inside and out. Lamb. It was a line ball that passed. Will Lamb get there? He will. Canterbury under the posts. South Sydney in a heap of trouble.
It'll be interesting to look at this pass back on the inside to Lamb from Farrah and get an idea of where the referee was actually standing, because it looked slightly forward to me, ever so slightly. Now here's Farrah, he's busted the defence and he goes upfield. Lamb appeared to be slightly in front of him at that stage, but it's very, very difficult to tell. I wouldn't like to say that was a forward pass. I'd like to call that a line ball. Now here's Lamb again. Out, the pass goes to Farrah, straightens with that big fend of his, gets the ball, the action going, and then tries to get the pass back on the inside. I think even there, the evidence of the way he gave the ball indicates that it was just about line ball. And Terry Lamb showing all the necessary speed to score a very, very good try indeed. He might be 27 years of age, he might even be able to cultivate a good garden, but he's still a damn fine footballer, Terry Lamb.
Well, he's worked on and grown a fine try here.
The first of the weekend's major upsets.
It might well be. And Barwick from right in front. This very match last year in the last of our Friday nights, it was the other way around who Souths upset Canterbury. The Bulldogs 18-14. Neville. And of course plenty of Canterbury players out there thinking about Stephen Folkes playing his last game for the club after 13 seasons and some 303 matches. Fennick out for Longbottom. It's going to be Longbottom taking on the fullback Barwick. Longbottom steps in field. The cover defence just gets there. It was Lamb. Now, quick play the ball. Coleman. South with a heap of numbers. They must score, surely. Lions died with it. Somehow the defence got there. The dummy. Roberts is going nowhere. Canterbury hanging on by a 4-point lead. A converted try from South. There's a chance. Lions gives them a chance and the stadium erupts.
Well, the Nissan replay will show the great long arm of this young man come out and score a legitimate try, and he must have a hand like a foot, because he was able to keep the extent of his fingers around the top of the football and keep it under control. Now just watch this as we try just to slow it down slightly. Here he goes through the tackle and over she goes. His hand is big enough to hold the football on top. Pick it up from the ground on top. Now that's extraordinary. I'm a fairly large man. My fingers aren't that big, so I couldn't do what he just did. That's an extraordinary thing.
Langmack cramping up. Ellison from wide out. Is it going to be successful? Wide of the mark. Canterbury and South Sydney at the stadium locked together. 18 all. We've got about 50 seconds to go. Andrews. It's not a loss. Davidson just manages to drag it back in. Coleman. Boyle. Canterbury trying to pin them down, hoping for a mistake. Davidson again. They're nearly 40 out. Quick tap. Played it straight ahead. Is there time? Coleman. Coleman again, doubling around. Back it comes. Neville. Away for Longbottom. He kicks ahead. He got knocked down by Farrah. And Kyle White's taken out over touch. South will have to scrum feed if there is enough seconds left on the clock.
It was a magnificent tackle by Farrah. Chest high, no suggestion of swinging arms. It was just a magnificent crunching tackle.
Now, Coleman, Dura and Ellison have been their field goal kickers this year. Dura's off the field. Ellison's there, so's Coleman. Long pass. O'Day breaks the tackle. This might be it. Shot inside the corner, still going. Time must just about be up. There it is. The match is over. It's a draw. A sensational climax to the 89 premiership for both those two teams. 18 all, South Sydney and Canterbury.